Hey, what's up? This is Dillio, and you're watching Dillio T2K YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my website, DillioT2K.com. I would love to get your opinions on my website. I gave it a facelift, and it's going to have a lot more on there in the future, but I want you guys to check that out. Shout out to the notification squad. If you got a notification, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know that you're showing right up when the notifications come. Of course, YouTube's always throwing changes at us, making things happen differently, so be sure to do that. All right, funny story short, my right studio monitor, my TR6, which I had since I was at Full Sail, fell off the stand for a second time. It's flawed. Will I still be making music with it? Yes, but I definitely want to check out some new studio monitors. So if you have a suggestion of what studio monitors that you recommend to me that's at least 8 inches, that's other than KRK, which is not bad, but I want something a little bit different that goes higher in the frequency range, please leave that suggestion in the comment section below and let me know what you like. I love the Tannoy 502s, but I need something to get a little bit louder than what they can and go a little bit deeper. And they're flat monitors, and I love flat monitors because it enables me to mix accurately. However, I need to start saving up for something new. I've had these forever, and they've been through thick and thin. Unfortunately, this one fell down one too many times. So the show must go on, right? Today's video is going to be Kanye West's I Wonder. Now, to me, this song came from probably what I feel the best album that he released. He's got a lot of great songs out, but I really haven't heard or felt that magic that music can make you feel since that album. Now, if you have a favorite album that Kanye West has put out, feel free to leave that in the description below as well. Let's make this an interactive thing today, all right? So, we're going to study Kanye West's I Wonder. The beat is about 95.10 BPMs. And let's talk about a little bit about the samples that are going to be used in this remake. Let's go to the screen. Now, the sample is going to be taken from a song called My Song. And the artist's name was actually Labi Siffre. And he has a song called My Song. And we're going to take some samples from there. We're going to take a snare. We're going to talk about the snare sample next. Well, let's dive in and let's lay that loop down.
And I wonder if you know what it means, what it means. And I wonder if you know.
So this is where the YouTube copyright comes in and grabs this video because I used a sample that was obviously really untouched in the original record that Kanye dropped. But it's just a standard sample, and it's just been chopped at key points where it can make sense while it's following the tempo. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the samples being used. Now, this snare, you might have heard it before Kanye West dropped that song, and that was the song, and I forget the name of the title, forgive me. Somebody in the comments, let me know what song title is this from in the comments. The song title, and forgive me for not knowing the lyrics perfectly, but I'll mumble it to you and you'll get the idea. I'm a deep rider, I'm a long rider, you don't wanna walk with me. That same snare sound. Now, that snare sample was taken from an old school record called, well, I can't really call it old school, but that record was called Pee Wee's Dance. And that was the snare. Now, in the song for Kanye West, they compressed it. They really got rid of the attack transient, in my opinion, and made it sustain long. And a cool plug-in to use that comes with Native Instruments Maschine is the Transient Master. Be sure to plug that in on your samples and tweak the settings to better understand what those settings mean and also to do your own sound design. So let's go ahead and go to the screen and lay down that drum beat for I Wonder by Kanye West.
If you know what it means, what it means. And I wonder if you know.
Okay, and so I'm going to give you that snare sample, and that snare sample is from Joski Love, Pee Wee Dance. So Joski Love, Pee Wee Dance, that's where we grabbed the snare sample from that I believe is the same snare sample, only maybe processed a little bit differently with different equipment that enabled us to kind of recreate that sound. And also the kick drum is just a kick drum with a long decay on it to kind of let it rumble that sub. And so that's pretty much that right there. So let's go ahead and check out what's the next part in this song. So we're going to play the piano part. Okay, so what I heard in the song is kind of like the piano, and I heard two piano parts. So the first part is the melody. So, and I believe the song is in the key of A. So the melody line, let's call out the notes of the melody line. C, D, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, E. Rewind that back if you didn't get it. So let's see if I can keep up without making too many mistakes and see if we can get that loop to follow in with the beat. So let's let the beat drop. Let's see if I can play it.
If you know what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means, and I wonder if you know what.
So let's go to the screen and see where I made mistakes, and let's just look at how we can correct them. As we can see, we see two notes right there layered on top of each other. Just gonna click on that and delete it, and let's look through the other MIDI notes. Looks pretty straightforward, so let's play it back.
If you know.
And just to keep in mind, there's a lot of pickups and overlays from the ending of the loop to the beginning of the loop. So keep that in mind as you sequence and stuff like this. Sequencing a machine, I believe they're still growing and working on that. So a lot of times something that needs to overlap from the end that needs to come to the beginning, without it being a linear format like how you would find on a DAW, it can become a little tricky. So you kind of have to know how to start in between the melodies at the beginning of the bar versus playing notes ahead of them. You have to kind of play the notes that are going to come ahead at the end of the loop so that they can meet the notes at the beginning of the loop. Next part is just some simple chords. So I'm just going to play that. It's just a major F chord, G major chord, and then an A minor chord. So we're just going to play along.
If you know what it means, and I wonder if you know.
And the cool thing is, when you add that second piano part, you can take the sample R out and create room for lyrics. So now we're going to add some strings. And we're just going to follow the same chord progression. So let's put that down. 2, 3, 4. So we got some fast strings going in there. We got two piano parts. We got the drum beats with the sample from Pee Wee's Dance. We got the original sample, and now let's add the synthesizer. And this is my favorite part because I get to show off a little bit of my sound design. And so I made a patch called Find Your Thoughts. It's part of the Khemikals Season 2 package that's not to be released yet. Still working on 60 patches. So, and I'm also still trying to finish Khemikals Phase 2, which is loops, samples, and MIDI. So I'm just going to follow the main line. it's just a little sound that I made to make it sound like the original song, and it's called Find Your Thoughts, and that'll be out on Khemikals Season 2. Khemikals Phase 1 is out now. Please check out my website in the description below if you're interested in some nice trap neo soul patches for your music production. All right, so let's move forward. So I'm just going to play that melody line, create a 4-bar loop, and let's lay it down. All right, let's look at what the mistake I made so that you can pay attention. So say you're making a beat and the bars are too short in looping, and you start to overlap your notes, where you can just clear that out or hit the undo button. Hold down the pattern button and hit the double button twice to create a 4-bar loop. Now we can play it and play a 4-bar loop, and it should not overlap. Let's check it out. So I'm making mistakes. Let's undo that. Let's try it one more time. Got the whole beat, so let's add the samples back in. Alright, so that's pretty much the beat right there. Let me know if you like that. Please leave your requests and thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Be sure to check out DillioT2K.com and check out my R&B album that I have out everywhere right now. I'd like you guys to check that out. And actually let me know what you think about that album as I get ready to move on to my next album, Magic Box. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to let you hear it all the way together. And I'm going to show some links for you guys to check out. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. This video is sponsored by Khemikals, a preset library from Massive, including pads, leads, bass sounds, and more. Be sure to visit DillioT2K.com to hear it live and pick up your copy today.
If you know what it means, what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means, what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means, what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means, what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams come true.